in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use self-hypnosis to perform at your highest level. We're talking self-confidence that people around you will notice, or to remove the fear of failure or the self-doubt that sometimes might be controlling your actions, or to simply be able to execute much more easily under pressure. I work with over 100 business owners and traders, and one of them removed one single mental block and landed $1 million partnership just a week after. And another one spent years and tens of thousands of dollars knowing exactly what he needed to do, but he couldn't do it consistently, and then being consistently profitable for 8 months in a row. And one of these techniques that I'm about to show you is something that Tony Robbins have been using and is using in every single seminar, and he's been talking about in his old videos, but people are not noticing this. And here's what most people don't realize about self-hypnosis, that it's simply your ability to intentionally decide who you want to be. It's about using suggestions and emotions to change your identity, to change how you think, act, and feel from the inside out. So we're looking for a state where we can access the subconscious mind and then take advantage of it. So we're not at the surface level of thinking and deciding, we're much deeper than that. That is where the automatic responses, the patterns, the habits come from. And you're already entering that state of hypnosis, of suggestibility every single day. It's when you drive and you lost track of time and you just arrived to the place where you've gone. Or it could be when you feel drowsy in the morning, you are in a state of high suggestibility, which is when we can program your mind. And in that state, when the analytical mind takes a step back, that's when you can install new beliefs, new patterns, and even automatic responses. Because right now, inside of you, there's already a voice running, telling you what is right and what is wrong. And that's been running for years and years and years. And that is built based on your beliefs, of your experiences, of what you've been hypnotized to believe throughout your life. And most of this runs completely automatically. And that is what's keeping you at the current level that you're on right now. And you might not hear that voice clearly because it's part of who you are, but it's deciding much more than you think that it is. And the only way to actually make a change of that is not to use words or actions. It's to hypnotize yourself through using emotions and suggestions. That's what's reaching the real layer that we're talking about. So by the end of this, you will have one technique that can shift your emotional state at any time, shift your thinking, shift your thoughts. And I'm going to give you one technique that I call a long-term hypnosis practice. And this is where you can change your identity at a core level of who you believe yourself to be. And I call it long-term and short-term hypnosis. And at the end of this, if you understand how powerful this is, I've put together a free training in the description down below. You can just click the link and get it sent to you. And you can go over all of this yourself and remove the mental block so you can take a next big leap into the next level of income, of performance that you want in your life. Okay, so let's start with a short-term hypnosis technique. What we really want with this technique is to have our brainwave state to go down as close to theta as possible. Because when we're in that state, all science have proved, and all hypnotists also has proved, obviously, that you are very suggestible to new instructions. So that's the first thing you need to do, is to start by visualizing every body part, relaxing one body part at a time. That's the first thing you do. And with this, breathing deeply and relaxing the body. After that, you want to relax your mind. And what you can do then is to start counting down from 10 down to 0. And in between every number, you just imagine the words deeper sleep, 9, deeper sleep. And you relax your mind more and more and more as you go down to 0. And once you're there and you feel relaxed in your body and relaxed in your mind, this is when you are much more open to suggestions. And now it could be tricky to understand which kind of suggestion you want to make, but you can create something simple like, I am becoming more and more confident for every second that I'm sitting here right now. Or you can say, I allow myself to perform with ease without pressure throughout the whole day today. This is state level hypnosis, that you can call it. And this is where you can just simply shift your emotional state by first removing any hard stress, emotion, anxiety, by relaxing your body, relaxing your mind, and then you suggest a new emotion to feel. So this is how you can do this every single day if you want to. But this is the problem, again, that with this comes a problem, is that you have to do this every single day or every single moment that you need to change your emotional state. So that is why I have something called the long-term hypnosis technique. And this is what Tony Robbins calls incartations. So there's affirmations. I am powerful. I am powerful. But it doesn't give anything. You don't even believe in it, right? But what he does is that once you put emotions into it, if you change your bodily state, if you speak with a bigger voice, you can actually change your emotional state. And if you have a high enough emotional state, the critical mind will drop off. And now that's a perfect time for programming your mind, your subconscious mind, because it speaks in emotion. So you say the affirmation and you create emotions at the same time. That is an incartation. And I've been doing this, it's called a purpose statement, a very fantastic coach who's been studying the principles of Think and Grow Rich, who taught me this secret. And what you simply do is you create a statement for yourself and you say it with as much emotions as you can. You dance, you sing, you just create this emotional state for yourself. And what happens after some times is that first you say it and it sounds ridiculous, but you're acting as if it is real. So with the emotions, your body makes it feel normal, make it feel like this is actually the truth. And then what will happen is that once your body starts to accept this as truth, is that it will start to find proof in the real world automatically. You won't even have to do this in a conscious way. Your mind will simply find the proof. And it will be like, one day it will be like, oh shit, that was pretty confident. And that will give a point to your confidence identity. And then after some time, you will feel confident. That is how the long-term suggestions work. This is actually the same way it works in a bad way, is that if you have a man who starts telling that the girlfriend, you probably know someone like this, tells the girl that she's worthless. And in the beginning, she's like, what the fuck is this? What is this guy saying? But then after some time, she starts to believe that she's not actually worthless. And people wonder, why is she not leaving this man? It's because she does not believe anymore that she is worthy of anything else. Because the man has so-called auto-suggested her, created these incartations, hypnotized her to believe that she's not worthy of anything else. So the way you can hypnotize other people, you can hypnotize yourself for more success, for more performance. So the big takeaway here is emotion plus words. That's the biggest importance. Words without emotions do nothing to hypnotize you. So now you got two techniques, and that's already better than like 99% of everything that's out there. So really good job. But if you've been doing inner work for a while and you're still hitting the same wall, this next thing is the problem that everyone runs into. And that's including myself, who is a professional hypnotist for traders and business owners. There are two problems with hypnotizing yourself. And the number one being is that if you don't remove the actual reason for why you're not confident in the first place, I believe we are all confident in the first place, because look at children. They're all confident, running around, trying new stuff. But if you don't remove the reason to why you're not confident, it's like painting over rust. You acting like you're confident and you're trying to get these points, but at the back of your mind, you know that some kind of experience made you not confident. That is going to come back. That is still going to haunt you. So that's the number one problem, is that if we don't remove the old program, the new program will have really hard time to stick. The second problem is that we are all stuck in our own minds. We see what we see what we believe, we see through the lenses of ourselves. And that also means that sometimes we even think that the problem is a certain thing, but we don't understand. It's like when you look at someone else's strategy or process, you can see it directly why it's not working. But once you're inside of it, it's much harder to see what the actual problems are. And this is called the Solomon paradox. The guy who was the wisest man alive, but he couldn't fix his own personal problem. So it's like cutting your own hair. It looks really great in the mirror, but then all of a sudden you realize that you missed a whole part, and that messes up your whole look. So something that you don't even see as a problem might be the actual problem that is keeping you at the level that you're on. So that is why I myself, as a hypnotist, hire other hypnotists to help me remove some of my blocks. So now you got two tools. One is a short-term state shift, and the second one is a long-term identity tool that you can use for a long period of time. So both of these are real and they work. But if you're the type of person who knows that you have a real block and you don't want to do this yourself, you want someone to help you to find it so you can remove it and take that next big leap in your business or in your trading, then I'm completely here for you. The best performers in the world understands the nature of this, that they cannot see their blind spots themselves. That's why they're called blind spots. So if you want to work with me directly, there's a link in the description down below. So we will figure out exactly what is sitting in between you and where you want to be. What's that internal resistance that we can remove using hypnosis so that you can scale or take that next big leap with much more ease. So thank you for watching. And again, maybe I'll meet you at the call later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.